So we have been given a problem in which an eye bolt has been dug into ground. Okay, this is the eye bolt and it has been dug into ground and it is being pulled by three forces. One is this 2000 Newton force, another one is 1000 Newton force, another one is 3000 Newton force, and these 2000 Newton and 3000 Newton forces are having inclination of 3:4 and 4:3, and inclination, instead of giving in degrees, they have provided us the values in form of slope. Okay, 4:3 and 3:4. Now we have to determine a force that keeps the eye bolt in its position. Now here comes the concept of equilibrant force. Okay, what is equilibrant force? For example, if we successfully convert a system of force into its one single resultant. Okay, for example, if a system of force is there, for example, the same 3000, 2000 and 1000 Newton force system is now converted into a single resultant, then the equilibrant force is the one that keeps the resultant in equilibrium. That is, it will be in a direction opposite to that of resultant force and it will be having the same line of action. Okay, see here, R is the resultant, R dash is the equilibrant force. For example, theta is the inclination of resultant, then same inclination will be for R dash. Okay, for example, if theta is 45, then it will be 45 for R dash. And what is the similarity and difference? Similarity is that the magnitude will be same, the line of action will be same, but the notable difference here is the direction of resultant and equilibrant force is opposite. Okay, if resultant is like this, then its equilibrant will be having direction like this, but they will be same in magnitude and they will be having the same line of action. Alright, now let's try to solve the given problem. Here we will start by having the conventional axis system here. Okay, let's have our conventional axis system. For example, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, then this should be the 2000 Newton force, then this will be, actually this xy system has already been indicated on the diagram itself, and this is the 1000 Newton force. Now the angles are given in form of slope, therefore we have to determine the value of thetas for 2000 and 3000 Newton force. Here the slope is given as 3 vertical and 4 horizontal. Therefore, if we want to find out the value of this theta, then this theta will be tan inverse of, opposite is 3 and adjacent is 4. Okay, like this. And this theta is equal to tan inverse of 3 by 4 comes out to be 36.87. Again, we have been given slope for this 3000 Newton force, which is 4 vertical and 3 horizontal. Therefore, if we want to determine this theta, this angle, therefore tan theta is going to be 4 divided by 3, because tan means opposite divided by adjacent, and thereby when we calculate value of theta, it is tan inverse of 4 by 3, and if you calculate this function in the calculator, then the value comes out to be 53.13. Okay, therefore we are having the inclinations here. Let's show them. For 2000 Newton, the inclination is 36.87 degree. For 3000 Newton, the inclination comes out to be 53.13 degree. Okay, so we are now free to show the components. Okay, now we are in the actual problem where we will first determine the mutually perpendicular component. Now let's try to show the mutually perpendicular components. This is the vertical component, This is the horizontal component, again vertical one and horizontal one. We have shown the arrows, the direction of component outward, because the force is also going outward. Now the component of 2000 Newton, this one is going to be the cos component. It is 2000 cos of 36.87 degree. This is going to be 2000 sine of 36.87 degree. Then this is going to be 3000 cos theta. Here theta means 53.13, and this one is going to be 3000 sine of theta, and theta here is 53.13. Now let's go to step number 2, in which we are going to determine what summation fx and what summation fy is. Okay, summation fx means it will be the summation of all the forces and components which are directed along x-axis. It can be either positive x-axis or negative x-axis. Simply, the components or force that are in rightward x-axis direction will be taken as plus. If the components or forces are along leftward x direction, they will be taken as minus. Okay, so let's try to find out summation fx. Now what forces or components will be here in summation fx? See, here we can see the 1000 Newton force. It is directed along x-axis and the sign will be plus. Okay, plus 1000 Newton. Then 2000 cos of 36.87 is directed along positive x-axis. That's why it will be taken as 2000 cos of 36.87. Then what about 3000 cos of 53.13? It will be having negative sign because it is directed along minus x-axis or negative x-axis. That's why it is going to be 3000 cos of 53.13. Okay, using calculator, if you input this statement, then the value comes out to be 800 Newton. Okay, value of summation fx. Let's keep it highlighted because it is important parameter regarding the characteristics or properties or the parameters of our resultant. Okay, now let's try to find out summation fy. Now in summation fy, the 1000 Newton force has no contribution because it is perfectly directed along x-axis. It is actually lying on x-axis. That's why it has no component. That's why no vertical component will be there. Therefore, we are left up with 2000 sine of 36.87 plus, this is plus 2000 sine of 36.87, and here this 3000 sine of 53.13 will also be having plus sign because it is directed toward the positive y-axis. Therefore, it comes out to be 3000 sine of 53.13. Again, use your calculator and determine the value of fy. That comes out to be 3600 Newton, 3600 Newton. Let's keep it highlighted. Now the third step is to determine the magnitude of resultant. Okay, and for that we are having the formula as square root of summation of squares of fx and fy. Summation fx square plus summation fy square. And what are the values of summation fx and fy for our problem? They are 800 square plus 3600 square. Again, using calculator, get the value of r, which comes out to be 3687.82 Newton. Okay, that's the value of r. Let's keep it highlighted because we are going to require that thing. Okay, now the first parameter regarding resultant is clear, that its magnitude. Now we want to determine, we want to see where not where, how much is the inclination that this resultant is going to make with x-axis. Therefore, the formulation for that is theta is equal to tan inverse of, remember, summation fy in numerator and summation fx in denominator. Therefore, theta here is going to be tan inverse of 3600. We do not consider the sign convention of fx, fy. Luckily, the fx and fy here are already positive. Even if they would be negative like minus 3600, you don't have to consider the sign for that. Just put the magnitudes of fx and fy, fy and fx for this specific formula, and calculate the value of theta, that is the inclination for the resultant, and the value comes out to be 77.47 degree. Okay, and let's highlight this one. So the second parameter, second property of resultant is known now. First was its magnitude, second is its inclination. Now let's try to find out which quadrant our resultant is going to be there. Therefore, Q is told by sines of fx and fy. Now in our problem, sines of fx and fy are both plus, plus. Therefore, the quadrant the resultant belongs to is the first quadrant. Thereby, we are having all the necessary parameters in order to show the resultant's position in the xy axis system. Thereby, we can now show the xy axis and the position of resultant. Let's say this is x-axis, then the y-axis, and we are having our resultant like this. See, first quadrant, let's draw a force, name it R, have the inclination theta. What is the value of R here? R is 3687.82 Newton. How much is theta? 77.47 degree. Now this is the last but one step in our specific problem. Here we want to determine the force that keeps the eye bolt in its position. Means we are not talking about the resultant here. We are talking about the equilibrium force that maintains the position of bolt in the ground. That is, it keeps equilibrium with this resultant force. Therefore, as we saw in the initial discussion, the equilibrium force is the one that has same magnitude as that of the resultant, but it has opposite direction. That is, it is going to be like this. Our resultant was R, therefore equilibrium will be shown by R dash, and its inclination will be same as that of our resultant. Therefore, here value of R dash will be 3687.82 Newton. But the notable differences here are, even though the magnitudes are same, but the directions are opposite. That's why equilibrium over here on this point, on this particle is maintained. Because, for example, let's say a force F is acting in this direction, and if we draw another force F dash that has same magnitude as that of F, lying on the same line of action and opposite direction, makes this particle to stay in its very position. That's why when we are talking about this eye bolt, when we are saying that a force is keeping the eye bolt in its very position, we are talking about an equilibrium force. Equilibrium force means force equal to the resultant, opposite in direction, lying on the same line of action. Okay, so that was all regarding this equilibrium problem. I hope you got the problem correctly. We will meet in the next lecture with next topic, next numerical, next question. Till then, take care. Bye bye.